All right, our savant for today, students will be able to identify main idea and key details. So we are still going to work on main idea. Today will be the last day. We kind of review it. We're just trying to refresh your guys' memories of all these skills this week for when you do take the test, because all of these things will be on the state test. So we really want to make sure you guys know what you're doing with these. So we will work on main idea. We'll move on to a new skill tomorrow. So figuring out the main idea of a text and the key details supporting them is necessary for understanding that text. A topic is what a passage is about. A main idea is an important idea about that topic. Short passages usually develop just one main idea. Long passages often have two or more main ideas. A passage's details are the facts, examples, and other information stated in the text. The details that help explain a main idea are called key details. We sometimes say that key details support main ideas. So read the passage below. Underline what you think the main idea is, and then we're going to look for key details to help explain it. So I'll go ahead and read this. At some point in your life, you've probably looked up, gazed at the moon, and studied it in wonder. Throughout time, the moon has inspired many people. In 1801, Ludwig van Beethoven composed a piano piece called Moonlight Sonata. Later, in 1889, Vincent van Gogh painted The Starry Night. In this painting, swirls of white and yellow create a halo around the moon. In 2011, Marilyn Singer wrote a book called A Full Moon is Rising, about how people all over the world celebrate the moon. The next time you gaze up upon the moon, maybe you'll be inspired by it too. So as I read, I noticed them bringing up a lot of names of people that did something based on the moon. So like Ludwig van Beethoven composed a piano piece, Moonlight Sonata. Vincent van Gogh painted The Starry Night. And Marilyn Singer wrote a book called A Full Moon is Rising. So these are all people that maybe were inspired by the moon. They did something based on the moon. The moon inspired them to do something. And so if we look at our key details, one of our key details is already says that Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata was composed in 1801. So I'm going to highlight that detail so I know that it's already been used. In 1801. And if I'm looking for another key detail, I must be looking for somebody that did something based on the moon. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight the next sentence that says, later in 1889, Vincent van Gogh painted The Starry Night. That's someone else that the moon had an effect on. Right. So now we need one more detail. Based on what we've read and what we've identified, what do we think our main idea is? I want you to figure this one out on your own. I've given you many examples and many hints just because I want you to be able to do this independently when the time comes. But what was this passage mostly about? Okay, you need to put in another detail, and there's someone else that I see who was inspired by the moon. Hint, inspired by the moon. So what's this passage mostly about? And then fill in that last detail as well.